Wondering what to do in your low desert Arizona garden this month? This video is for you. Today I'm going to tell you all the tasks that need to be done in August, plus all the great things that we can plant this month. We've made it through the hot, dry months of June and July, and August hopefully brings with it a little bit of moisture in the air. Now, that moisture makes for a little bit happier plants, and it means we can also plant a few more things in the garden. So in today's video, I'm going to show you all the things that I'll be planting in my garden, give you some options for what you can plant, and show you exactly what needs to be done in the garden this month so that you can have a successful fall and winter garden. As you look around your garden, you'll see that several plants have finished up. They've given up the ghost, they're all done. August is a great time to remove those plants, refresh the beds. You may notice in a lot of your beds the soil level looks like it's gone down. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. That means that a lot of that compost you added has decomposed and it's ready for more organic matter to be added to your beds. Take this chance after you remove spent plants to fill those beds all the way back up with great compost. That will help your garden more than anything else you can do. Be sure to fill it all the way up. Give your plants the best chance of success by having as much soil as possible to draw from for those roots. If your garden didn't quite perform like you wanted it to, consider getting a soil test done on your soil to see what's missing. Now is also a great time to add some organic fertilizer to your beds. Get those beds ready to go for the fall and winter planting. Looking at some of the spent plants, you may have some artichokes that have gone to flower, were beautiful, and now those blooms are spent. Did you know you could save the artichoke seeds to plant again? This is the month it's a great time to save some sunflower seeds. Notice your sunflowers that did exceptionally well and try and harvest some of those seeds before the birds get to them. And label those seeds so you know to plant them again next year. That's what I've done for years with some of my very favorite sunflowers, and I can't tell you what the seeds are called, but I know that I love them and I know that they look beautiful every year, and I continue to save seeds every year from those same plants to replant again next year. Keep those summer flowers blooming all through the late summer and into fall. Deadhead the zinnias, deadhead other flowers in your garden. By removing the spent blooms, you'll encourage more blooms, and those flowers will just keep producing all the way through summer and into fall. Later in the month or at the beginning of September, you want to apply one more round of fertilizer to your citrus trees. Remember, you fertilize 3 different times during the year for most of the trees. You fertilize around Valentine's Day, again at Memorial Day, and again around Labor Day. So around the end of August, beginning of September. The only trees that you may want to hold off on doing that last fertilization on is just your grapefruit trees. Too much fertilizer for your grapefruit trees gives them that really thick rind. So if you've got other citrus trees, go ahead and fertilize those. Hold off on fertilizing your grapefruit trees until next year. If your yard is anything like mine, there's a few plants that did not make it through the summer. It has been a long, hot summer, and I've definitely got a few plants that once the heat is gone, I'm going to reevaluate what I have planted. Take a moment to look around and see which plants you might consider planting something else there. Check the irrigation system there. Maybe it was a watering issue. Be prepared to kind of reevaluate a few of those plants. Hold off on planting anything in those spots until September or even into October. Those months are much better months to plant landscape plants. If we don't get a couple of nice deep monsoon rains this month, consider running your irrigation system a second time in a row. The salts in our soils, especially over the summer, tend to build up, and that's really hard on the roots of the plants. So by running your irrigation system an extra time, instead of just going to where it normally goes, it's going to go even deeper, and it's going to push those salts deeper into the soil and away from the roots. But hopefully Mother Nature will take care of that for us, and we're going to get lots of rain this month. Believe it or not, August is the month that lemons begin to ripen. The rind may be green, but that's not an indicator that the lemon isn't ripe. Cooler temperatures are what makes that lemon turn from green to yellow. So if you need a lemon this month, check your tree first. It may still be green, but cut it open and that lemon may be ripe. Lemons won't ripen anymore once they're removed from the tree, so leave them on the tree till you need them, but definitely check your lemons this month because they may start to ripen. Your basil should be looking really good. If it's not, here are a couple things you can do to perk it back up. Be sure and cut back those blossoms, cut it back to sets of 2 leaves, and that's going to encourage new growth. And then give it a nice drink of fertilizer. Give it some diluted fish emulsion. The nice drink. It should perk right back up. We've got a couple good months still of harvesting basil, so get that basil looking good so you can enjoy all that fresh basil for the next few months. Let's get to it. What can we plant this month in August? Plant seeds for pumpkins, winter squash, and black-eyed peas through August 15th. You want to get those in the ground so they have plenty of time to ripen before it starts to get cool. This month you can also plant transplants of tomatillos and tomatoes. The beginning of the month is a great time to plant out those tomatoes and tomatillos. You can plant seeds of beans, corn, carrots, and green onions all month long. After August 15th, some other things open up for us to plant, but be aware that it is still really hot, and the trick is going to be getting those seeds to germinate. After August 15th, you can plant seeds of bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, collard greens, cucumber, kale, kohlrabi, lettuce, Swiss chard, summer squash, and turnips. Again, it's still really hot, and so it's going to be tricky to get those guys to germinate, but if you can plant them a little bit deeper and keep them moist, then they can germinate. It's not quite time to plant transplants of any of those plants yet. It's too hot. It would just burn them up. If you give it a try and it doesn't work, don't worry. We've still got a couple of months to plant all of those things, but if you're really excited and want to get a jump on some fall planting, give those a try. Hopefully this video has given you a few ideas of some tasks to get done and some things to plant this month in your Arizona garden in August. Have a great month and enjoy your garden. Thank you so much for watching.